a 9-man Grey Hunter pack with a plasma gun, a plasma pistol. Then we have an 8-man squad with a plasma gun and plasma pistol. There's one dude in there, I think, that's got a power weapon, but he doesn't actually have it. A Razorback with heavy bolters and a storm bolter, and a dozer blade. And to lead them, we have a Wolf Lord with dual wolf claws. On the guard side, we have the company command squad, and the commander's got a power weapon and a plasma pistol. We have a 5-man stormtrooper squad, a 10-man veteran squad with 3 sniper rifles, another 10-man veteran squad, and that sergeant has a plasma pistol and a power fist, and they have 2 grenade launchers and a flamer and grenadiers, and then 2 scout sentinels with multi-lasers. Okay, the Space Wolves deployed basically in a 12-inch line right along there. The Wolf Lord attached himself to the larger squad. This is the table setup. We're playing on a 4x4 board since it's just a small game. And then the Imperial Guard set themselves up, pretty much occupying that building, and are forcing the Space Wolves to come to them. We are playing Annihilation, and the Scout Sentinels are going into reserves to outflank. And we're going to see if the Space Wolf can, see if the Imperial Guard can steal first turn. Yes, he steals first turn. We'll be back after Imperial Guard. Alright, Guard's turn 1. They just kind of move forward to kind of occupy those windows a little bit better. And then the snipers fired at this squad, but did not manage to get a wound. On to Space Wolves. Alright, Space Wolves' turn. The Razorback went out and then went flat out. These guys moved up and ran. These guys moved up and ran. That is the end of Space Wolves. On to turn 2. Guards turn 2. They shot everything they could see at this squad, and they managed to kill 2 of the Grey Hunters. On to Space Wolves' turn. Okay, this Grey Hunter squad shot at the window of the veteran squad over there and managed to kill the 2 guys that were in the window. The Razorback moved forward and snap fired at the same squad and managed to kill 1 guy. This Grey Hunter squad can only see the sniper squad, only the front 2 guys could see, so they shot at the snipers and did nothing. On to turn 3. Alright, after Guard turn 3, the Guard repositioned themselves in this building. The Stormtroopers came out. The veteran squad fired at the Razorback, but did not manage to do anything. The snipers, again, are picking off the Grey Hunters' front line, since they can't seem to move fast enough to get out of that terrain. On to Space Wolves turn 3. Alright, after the Space Wolves turn 3, they move forward and shot at the commander who was sticking out in the window, but unfortunately he made all of his saves. This Grey Hunter squad moved forward and shot at snipers and managed to take out 1 sniper. Yay! Razorback moved forward into the building and shot at that squad and managed to kill a guardsman. On to turn 4. Imperial Guard turn 4. Stormtroopers moved up. The veteran squad tried to bring this down, and they managed to take off the Stormbolter and strip it of a hull point. The commander fired his plasma pistol and took off another hull point, so he's down to 1 hull point and 1 weapon. The snipers and the sentinels fired at that Grey Hunter squad and wiped him down to 1 guy, but he made his morale test, so he's still in the game with 1 lonely guy. On to Space Wolves turn 4. Okay, at the end of Space Wolves turn 4, the Razorback kind of shimmied over a bit just to make sure he moved and fired at the command squad and took out a couple of the guys, but they passed their morale test. These Grey Hunters moved and tried to run up a little bit closer. They're still trying to get into a good position. That lone Grey Hunter over there threw a grenade, didn't do nothing, and then jumped into the assault with those 2 sentinels, and they are locked in close combat. So on to turn 5. Alright, Imperial Guard turn 5. They did the bring it down again, and they managed to do enough glancing hits to wreck the Razorback. The Stormtroopers moved up and shot at and took off a couple of Grey Hunters. The snipers fired at the back of the squad and took out a Grey Hunter. These guys shot at the Grey Hunters and managed to take one out, I think. They lost 3 total, but made their morale test. That close combat attacks ended in a draw again. So it is the end of the Guard. On to Space Wolves. The Space Wolves turn 5. They moved up around the vehicle, shot at the Stormtrooper squad, who then fled, but they did not flee off the table, and they fled just far enough to be outside of charge range, so nothing happened there. And of course, that is still a locked combat, so we're going to see if the game ends. On a 1-2, the game ends. 5, game continues another turn. On to turn 6. Alright, Guard turn 6. These guys repositioned. These guys made their morale test and stayed on the board and kind of scooched over, snap fired at, and they killed a couple of guys there, but they made their morale test. And over there, they finally won that combat. On to Space Wolves turn 6. Okay, Space moved up, shot at the Stormtroopers, finished them off, and finally got a kill point. Okay, we're going to roll, see if the game ends. On a 1, 2, 3, the game ends. 3, the game is finished. Okay, victory points. Imperial Guard have 2 for killing 1 Grey Hunter squad, and another one for the Razorback. Space Wolves have killed 1 squad, so they have 1 point. The Imperial Guard have first blood, so they have a victory points of 3 total. And the Space Wolves are in the line breaker, so they have 1 point. So the Imperial Guard wins 3-2.